Well, welcome to The Burning Wake, which is the reunion show for How to Survive the Apocalypse. That's right, How to Survive the Apocalypse. I'm having a little moment here of just sort of recollection. It was over 10 years ago that myself, Mark Nichols, Dana Harrison, and Christopher Fulling got together to write and produce and perform How to Survive the Apocalypse. And I was going to say it's like the first and only Burning Man rock opera musical, but synchronistically, I just found out, I bet some of you know too, that next month in this very city we're going to have a premiere of the cleverly named Burning Man, the musical. And I invite you to go on and watch the trailer and come to your own conclusions. Let's just say it's a slick New York operation that, as far as we can tell, the music director has never even been to Burning Man. I don't want to pull the authenticity. I know, it's kind of sad. But no, really, seriously. In a way, it was really appropriate that I found out just when we were doing this weekend. Because it made me had to kind of recognize something about like this kind of art, where it kind of rises and falls and the torch passes, because we did How to Survive the Apocalypse in a number of different versions in San Francisco, in Los Angeles. They were all very successful, sold out, people loved them, we loved them. They transformed people, it was like a kind of, energy, hair, whatever, oh God, rock tour or something. But despite all of that, it just came, and in some sense didn't kind of really go anywhere after a certain point. Like a lot of the flowers of the underground, it bloomed magnificently and then rather rapidly declined into dust. Right? And it's serious. And dust, it might have remained. It might have just been there if it weren't for a much more devastating and tragic demise, which was the death of our producer, Dana Harrison, in March 2018. A lot of you knew Dana. Dana was a remarkable person, wonderful individual. We'll talk more about her later in the show. But just here is to say that when a number of us gathered at her memorial and performed some of the songs, it was just remarkable. I mean, we came together, we resonated, the audience resonated. I mean, it was like hot knife through butter. It was like, oh, this shit is alive. And then we thought, wow, this year, is the 10-year anniversary of How to Survive the Apocalypse in the Teatro Zinzanni performance, which, in my humble opinion, was the ne plus ultra performance. So then we're like, hey, let's have a reunion that's also a wake, but like a celebratory wake, A wake for Dana, certainly, but also for the show, in a weird way. This thing that really transformed us. I mean, on an individual, personal life level. And yet, in some objective way, kind of didn't really go anywhere. Didn't really make a big mark. That's okay. But, sometimes nice to say goodbye in that celebratory way. And finally, at least for me, it was kind of a wake for Burning Man, or at least the Burning Man that I knew and that shaped me. I first went there in 1994. And it really was a big petri dish for my experience of underground alternative culture. So it was a way of just kind of saying goodbye to all that. So what you're going to see tonight is there was no perfect show. They were always different. It was always a remix. And tonight is this sort of slapdash, back of the envelope. Hey kids, we can put on a show in 3 days. Single performance for our friends and family. I don't even really know what it was. It's kind of crazy. So that's what, that's what you're going to see. Yeah! But it was kind of funny, putting, dusting off these old songs and putting on our, Avatar duds. Take it off! It was kind of like, it's kind of like putting on old blue jeans. You put on an old pair of blue jeans. It's like kind of comfy, really familiar, a little creepy, but cool. But what I, we talked often about, how we could do the show again, right? And I said, look, man, if we do the show again, we got to make it hard hitting, man. We got to talk about like money, politics, social media, all the shit you see at Burning Man. It's like nasty. We got to like get on that shit and get harsh. But actually, when I was kind of going through this stuff, I realized that actually what was really kind of powerful about what we were doing was, it's sort of a weird word to say, but it's innocence. Not like naive bullshit, but just like real innocence, like kind of joyful and go for it spiritual anarchy. And you know what I'm talking about? Like real innocence, not kind of bullshit stuff. But because in my opinion, you can't really transformation without innocence is bullshit. You need that beginner's mind. You need that freshness, that kind of spontaneous, just that joy towards the future in order to truly transform. Enjoying our luxury stadium seating out there, appreciating it. But innocence, yeah. So how you guys feeling innocent out there? How's your innocence doing? Yeah, right. Innocence, right. Innocence is not believing that your party is a fucking world historical event, like some kind of like blinking beacon in the cosmic darkness of late capitalism. Now, innocence is not giving a fuck. It's like first urge, best urge. You know what I mean? But no, today we got rules and regulations. Yeah, I know. So for example, we totally wanted to sell you booze at intermission, but we can't. So it's a BYOB event, and there's a bunch of other stuff too. So, for example, we already mentioned no smoking. You gotta smoke outside. There are 2 emergency exits, and they're both that way. Somewhat counterintuitively, but it's true. You go out the way you come, and when in that little ticket zone, there's 2 emergency exits. That's emergency exit. If you got any kids, keep them on a leash. The animals can go free, that's okay. Let's see what else. No, turn the stupid cell phones off. And, when you exit the facility, please do Rating Chainsaws a favor. Oh, yeah, by the way, thanks, Rating Chainsaws. People, it's awesome space. Don't mill around, doing your whatever you're going to do, talking loud, neighbors, but whatever. So once you're leaving, you're leaving. That's about it. But it's all there on your ticket, right? So you just read the back of your ticket. Oh, wait. No ticket, data transmission, square, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so just for you guys, we're going to just read it out for you from the mouth of the man himself. These are the partners of the lawyer firm, Cooper, Thomas, Skinner, and Sully.
You agree to abide by the following rules. All vehicles entering and exiting the gate are subject to search by the gate staff. taxation and county laws. Commercial vending, drugs, alcohol,
Amenities, fireworks, and rockets.
and all other explosives prohibited. And by using this ticket, you voluntarily assume the risk of serious injury or death.
That's right, we said
Death, the fellow who brings you the check before you finish the meal. Dana learned that. We're all gonna learn that. Yeah, you know, it's a kind of lonesome feel. Oh, shit! Hey, if that ain't the shade of you-know-who over there. Hey, Larry, how's it looking there from the other side? How's Birdie Man doing? Kind of a, you know, what would you say, in a sort of Kool-Aid, augmented reality, Mardi Gras kind of thing? How's it going?
It's not a cult or a carnival. The spectacle is not a substitute for experience.
I got a Instagram filter for your experience right over here.
When we stop consuming, we create. And a living culture is born.
You still believe that, like, throwing a sock hop, a Mad Max sock hop in a dust bowl is going to assuage our rotten society? You gotta be in a Ziploc culture to believe that shit. Come on.
What else are you gonna believe? The world around us is falling apart. This is a chance, a shot. We're running out of time, so burning a man is a pretty good plan. We come together in adversity. We have to build on the visions we dream. When we burn the old, we can forge a new reality.
Larry, it's not about what you forge. It's about the act of forging. The people who forge. Fuck it. Let's just get this train wreck rolling.
We rose up from the wreckage. We moved like whiskey dogs. We're hunting for something we can call home. We wrote the writing on the wall. We scraped the barrel dry. We forged the wrenches for the monkeys to throw.
turned away from the crowds. We plunged through the nighttime, horny and the dust was dry as acid.
Might as well drop it now.
The night smooth as skin. We heard our hearts pounding through the
Whatever we say, whatever we sing, you'll catch the drift in our eyes.
You may not buy in our one last ditch bid, but we'll see you all in the end. In the spirit of Burning Man, no spectators. Everybody now. La da 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 da
We rose up from the wreckage. We moved like whiskey dogs. We're hunting for something we can call home.
I know a place, a long gone ancient lake, far beyond the mountains on the edge of the law, empty and cracked, a mirror of the sky, where monster trucks rage and rocking cars break thousand sound. Beyond the pale, beyond the law, beyond the world, beyond the pale, and alkali void.
Good's a void if you can't fill it up.
Empty mirror,
We like to see ourselves in broken glass,
blank canvas,
so we can paint the town a devilish red,
amazing waste.
and wasted we will be.
Oh, the thrill of the edge, the rush of the plunge will take us all the way there.
Tears Spirit. So they're out there on the Black Rock, right? He draws a line. Man, maybe some of you were there. I don't know. He says on the other side of that line, everything's going to be different. And so they jump over the line, and it was. Which tells you something. You know, in life, whether you want to break on through to the other side, or whether you just want to piss people off, there's always another line in the sand to cross.
Transmutation zone! You never know what lies in store! I hope you have prepared yourself to think and give and take some more!
This is a transmutation zone. Have a little rebel work, rebel and creeps work, rebel and creeps fuck around a little green green. Have a little rebel work, rebel and creeps work, rebel and creeps fuck around a little green green. There's no spectators in this show.
No spectators in this zone!
We're all diving in the deep end here.
All different novels here!
Leave no trace when you leave this place. And hydrate till your piss is clear.
But don't pee on the playa.
Well, certainly not that. I would never do that.
I saw you do it.
Well, I only do it when you're watching.
It's not allowed.
No, and hey, you!
Hey, you!
Get over here!
Hey, oh my God, welcome home.
Oh,
Can we
thanks.
give you a consensual hug?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Are you a virgin?
He means, have you been here before? Screwed like the rest of us.
No, I guess, I haven't been here before.
Well, what's your story, sweetheart?
Step up to the mic and express yourself. No spectators.
It took 2 years for my friends to convince me I needed to be here. With my child gone and husband run off. After 7 long years he ran.
7 long years here.
My friends thought it would heal me, release me, renew me, reveal me, embrace the change. She said. Then she flaked.
Flaked and snowflaked and mandrake and rattlesnake.
Heartache and jailbreak, but don't cry for my sake. 'Cause everyone aches inside, everyone flakes and lies, and eventually everyone wakes and gets what they want.
Well, gets what they need.
Oh.
This is a transmutation zone.
I hope you have prepared yourself. At all the malls along the highway.
You got some sweet chains and bicycles.
You got condoms, tarps, and cans and beans.
This is a
Transmutation zone.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
Have a little rebel work, rebel and streets work, rebel and streets walk around a little green green. Have a little rebel work, rebel and streets work, rebel and streets walk around a little green green. Have a little rebel work, rebel and streets work, rebel and.
Hey, are you greeting or groping out there? Come on, we got work to do. Oh. Well, welcome home, you guys. Here. All right, yeah. Welcome home.
Well, thanks. Look at the camp in the distance. It's like a city of tarps. Holy fuck! Like American gypsies. Look at these beautiful freaks. I want a piece of it. Nothing grows here but dreams and desires. It's time to party.
So that's why we came to fry our brains in the sun. So you can ogle the maze. Is that what you call fun? Are these folks really that free? Or are they just running away? Why the fuck am I here anyway?
So that's our newbies there. She's got a good question. I mean, why the fuck are we out here on this darkling playa? Oh wait. Oh shit. Oh, the wind's picking up. Oh boy. This here is about to get a lot more hellish. So batten down the hatches, folks.
So last year, I went to the Burn for the first time in a decade, and by the way, that was a FOMO-free decade. And I went to mourn my dad. I went for Larry, who I knew a little bit and respected, but I really went for two really good friends of mine. The entheogenic poet Dale Pendle, who wrote a wonderful short book on Burning Man. Yeah, called Inspired Madness. One of my faves, and of course for Dana. And I got a lot of reservations about Burning Man now, and I'll be honest, those reservations were not canceled. But one thing I gotta say about the Burn is that it's the only place on the planet, I mean seriously, the only place on the planet where you can go and mourn your dead with thousands of other people in a beautiful place of sacred architecture of remembrance with no fucking religion involved. And that is extraordinary. Extraordinary. It's very powerful. I went to the temple every day. I read, I sat, I told stories to random strangers about these people. That was why I was there. The rest of the festival was like a wake for my friends. So it was great. And one night, I put on the bunny suit, and I got stoned, and I went out there by myself, and I sat by a beautiful, beautiful memorial shrine for Dana, and I just meditated for like 3 hours. I said, I'm gonna stick through it or whatever. And it was really a trip. It was really interesting, good stuff, bad stuff, but it was really cool. And there was something about the juxtaposition of it that was really Dana-ish for me, because she was a very powerful spiritual being. I mean, she was, and I don't use that language lightly. She was, a witch, Dakini, deadhead goddess, but she was also really mischievous and funny. And there was a certain way she had of like winking her eye, kind of squinting the side of her eye, that I will never forget, and that is part of me, and I suspect part of many of you. And just in terms of the show, she was an incredible force, and I have to admit, in a way, that sort of embarrassed way you realize things in retrospect, that she was much more instrumental to making the show what it was and it tonight is than maybe I thought, because she wasn't one of the creators, she wasn't one writing the script and the music, but her spirit imbued the entire operation, the people that were drawn, the way we did it, our intensity, our focus, etc. And two things kind of stand out for me. One is that she poured a big chunk of change into a creative art space in the very terribly timed year of 2008. So, she ate her shirt, basically. And we did the show right after that, and she was signing all the checks, and she never, ever pulled any weight on the cash. We did stuff, we did it. We did it on a shoestring. It was crazy, one of those crazy shows. Oh, we'll put on a show, da-da-da. But, there was a lot involved. And she was always just incredibly generous in creating a space, because we were doing exactly what she wanted to do with her life, with her value, with what she could support. Really extraordinary. And then the other thing is, in going over the music again, I've listened to it for a long time, and going over the show and watching how we're doing it here, is that it's full of powerful women characters, powerful women stories. I mean, it's really, really more of a women's story in a lot of ways. And there's one scene in the next act, and because we're kind of mixing up the story, we're not telling the whole thing. It's a little bit out of place, but you'll notice it, and it's one that's like, I found presciently Me Too-ish in a good way, in the sense of dealing with certain kinds of issues. And for me, that's really like, it really speaks to her quiet inspiration, because that was a particular thing she was really insistent about certain ways we would do representation. So I really feel like all the powerful women that you're seeing tonight and that you'll continue to see tonight really are channeling something very specific about Dana. So that's it for me. We're going to have a couple more people come up and share some memories of Dana, and first up is Andy Grace. So thank you.
Hi. I almost didn't want to do this because I didn't know if I could do it justice. We all miss and love Dana so much, but when I met Dana, it was because we both worked on the staff at Burning Man. I attended for the first time in '97, but I joined the staff in the year 2000. I was Marion's assistant at first. And one time Marion had to be out of town, so she had me go to a senior staff meeting. in her stead. And I was, I kind of saw these people every day in the office, but I wasn't sitting around a big table with all of these important names in the Burning Man world, and I was kind of new in the scene anyway. And here I'm sitting with, Larry Harvey and Marion and Harley and all these folks. I'm like, oh my. And then Dana, and she was this no-nonsense, wonderful smile, beautiful person, leonine collars and just fabulosity and goddessness. But she was business. She was all business. And she would speak very frankly about her opinions about how things should be done, and brought a gravitas and a seriousness to it, and was this, member of the staff that I could look up to and say, wow, she's here to do stuff. And she ran the cafe and the commissary operation and the ice operation, and Marcia's here, the porta potty, I think, too, and the golf cart vendors. All the numbers that are moving around, and her mind for that sort of thing just blew me away. And it wasn't until we interviewed her. She was interviewed for a movie called Beyond Black Rock. Have you guys seen that? It was around 2002 it came out. But I saw the interview early and heard her tell the story in this interview of how she came to be at that table at Burning Man. And that was when I learned that she had been a corner office, starched collar lady downtown in the tall buildings with the finance people. And she really was that serious about numbers. And then one day she almost died in a car accident. She was almost run over by a car. And I guess she stood up and, or sat up and checked and made sure she wasn't dead. And she was in one piece. And then the next thought to her mind was, my God, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And it was only then that I realized that when I was sitting in these meetings with this wonderful person who was, so intelligent and so powerful and so grounded in who she was the highest ranking volunteer at Burning Man. She wasn't taking a salary to do all of this incredibly hard numbers-based work. She did it because she loved it. And she brought so much to it. And if Burning Man grew up in a lot of ways around numbers and business and handling all that money, it was because Dana did it. I think I can say that pretty clearly. And you could also watch as she nurtured leadership around her. And Terry Retro was here tonight, and he reminded me of, he said, he'd worked with Dana for a couple of years, and he turned to Harley Dubois and said, I think I want to be Dana Harrison when I grow up. And I felt that way before. And Marcia, will you yell out the thing you said that was your one-liner from Dana? Are you out there?
Yes.
What did she say?
Burning Man is a safe place to fail. Yeah. Fearlessly.
And I think someone with that much intellect and that much gravitas coming and bringing this opera group together and all the people that she wove into it with that in mind, but it was still a safe place to fail, and we were still supposed to be having fun. And I think that was the energy that brought us back together for her memorial, to sing these songs together again. And then now here, 10 years later, finally having gotten them out of my head, we're here to put them back in and share the earworms. And I know that I speak for myself, but I bet a lot of other people in this room when I say I wish she was still with us at Burning Man. And I really wish she was here with us tonight. Genevieve.
Thank you, Andy. I hope everyone will forgive me. I'm going to read a little bit of this because this is important and I don't want to get it. Go with it. There you go. There you go. The first time I remember meeting Dana was in 2007 during a whirlwind 24-hour trip from my home in Seattle to this beautiful city for a meeting about this thing called the Burning Opera. I was very, very pregnant. Almost like not being able to fly pregnant. And I stayed with Dana at her home, where I had the pleasure of enjoying her wonderful garden and her hot tub. And I was introduced to the concept of guest robes. She had robes for me to choose from as a guest to walk from the house to her hot tub. It was beautiful. I also inadvertently discovered that her air mattress had a leak in it when I woke up the next morning and was tacoed inside of it. I don't think she ever stopped apologizing to me for that throughout the entirety of our relationship. Dana is a large part of the reason that I moved to the Bay Area in 2009 after falling in love with this gorgeous city, after rehearsing here for How to Survive the Apocalypse. This was hands down one of the most transformative experiences of my life. I brought a tanky because I knew I was gonna cry. Like the butterfly effect. Dana and the show have led me to the amazing and happy existence that I call my life right now. It is not hyperbolic to say that Dana saved my life, and she has led me to live the best life I know how. And naturally, my best life includes also having guest robes at my house now.
Hi, my name is Andrew. In 2009, I was also living in my hometown of Seattle, ready to leave my hometown for the first time and unsure exactly what I was going to do. And one day I got a call from San Francisco from a woman I had never met or heard of before saying, "Hi, my name is Dana Harrison. You know that Burning Opera thing that you did with Mark Nichols at Burning Man a couple of years ago? Well, we got our shit together and we're doing a production of it, and would you like to come to Burning Man with us and then spend the next 2 months in San Francisco working 12 to 14 hours a day for no money for 2 months?"
Sounds good.
And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in, let's do this. But I had a question. I said, "Dana, I don't know anybody in the Bay Area. Where am I going to live? I have this camper van that's all set, but where's it gonna go?" And Dana said, "You can park it in my driveway." So I came to the Bay to do the Burning Opera, and we did in fact work sometimes considerably more than 12 hours a day without breaks for 2 months straight. And the whole time, I lived in my camper van in Dana's driveway. And I was not the only person from the production staying there. Our production designer was staying there too. And we came to joke as I began discovering the wonders of the Bay Area that we had created sort of an ersatz Bizarro family. I was the Bizarro son, and they were my Bizarro mom and dad. And we would have these hilarious interactions at breakfast, where I'd stumble out of my camper van before rehearsal to grab some cereal, and they'd be like, "Good morning, son, what did you do today?" And I said, "I went to a sex party for the first time." And they'd say, "Great job, son." Like Genevieve, I fell in love with the Bay Area and these beautiful freaks doing the Burning Opera, and decided as the Burning Opera wrapped up that I wanted to move here. I still didn't really know anybody. I didn't really have any network or connections. But Dana and I had already started to grow close. And I knew that at the very least Dana would be here. And that would make it work. So I moved to the Bay Area several months later and lived in Dana's driveway again. And during the first few years of my tenure here, as I was going on tours and traveling and performing around, I lived in Dana's driveway off and on for probably a collective half year, something like that. And I kept calling her my Bizarro mom, and she kept calling me her Bizarro son. And then over time, just kind of organically, I just started to call her mom. And she called me son. I hung out with Dana probably once every 3 weeks from then on. And as I was in a period of exploring my own weirdness in ways that my biological family did not understand, Dana was there. I had multiple experiences of realizing, wow, I gotta come out to my family about this thing too, damn it. And so every time I get so nervous and I'd be like, all right, I'll practice on Dana. So I'd like stress myself out, anxious for like a week. I knew I'd see Dana, we're gonna go to the theater or go out for dinner. I'd get my courage up and I'd say, Dana, I have something to tell you. And afterwards she'd be like, oh yeah, me too. I was just like, oh man. So, Dana and I became very close. Dana taught me about chosen family, the people in our lives that we can select to fill in the spaces that our biological families do not. And I'm so grateful every day for everything I learned from her, her bravery, her courage, her kindness, her willingness to do audacious yet attainable things like bring a cast of 45 people from all around the country to put together a Burning Man rock opera. And yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of people. And absolutely. So at a time when I was beginning to explore drag and my own gender expression, which my family did not understand, Dana saw the challenges I was having with them, and she kind of stepped in and became my drag mom. And Dana and I bonded very hard over one particular point of commonality is that Dana and I both had a raging chronic costume problem. Many nights we would get stoned, hang out in Dana's hot tub, and go through her costume closet of amazing looks from around the world which she had collected and play dress up until midnight. And we've chosen this particular song from the Burning Opera to share with you in tribute with Dana. This is a song about the evolution of Burning Man's iconic and varied fashion scene and the ways in which the costumes that we wear express something deep and cosmic about what lives within us. This is a song called Outside In, and I am very pleased to be singing this song with my friend Charles because, girl, you are looking so good tonight.
Baby, your words are, well, goddamn, they're almost as good as you look.
Oh, shut your face.
I can't and I won't.
Nobody channels lumberjack realness like you.
Oh, man. Goddamn, you got me stumped on that one.
I know.
Well, shit. Well, this is all reminding me of darker days, though.
Indeed.
I gotta say.
It did not used to be this fabulous.
It did not used to look this good. This good. You know what it used to be? It used to be a desert out here.
A low-rent look of khaki.
Denim and scruff. But then the drag queens came and fabulosity reigned.
Feather boas and parasols.
Lingerie and stilettos.
Rubber thongs and vermilion lace.
Perversion and grace. Leopard stockings and Chinese robes.
A menagerie of cheap shades.
Bones in your nose.
You know, anything goes out here.
Anything goes
out here.
Purple patenda, dangling dongs.
Dippy dippy beads and formal gowns.
Thigh-high boots and fairy wings. Playboy robes and vinyl skirts. So short they lift on their own.
Red hot panties on Santa Claus.
Strap on for Jesus H. Christ.
Accessories for the body and mind.
So the body won't mind you at all.
Accessories for the body and mind.
So the body won't mind you at all. Every man and woman, every guy and girl, and fairy and tomboy, and elder running wild,
is a blinky, blinky star
shining out from this dusty stage, shining out from this dusty stage. Inside is out, outside is in.
The costume that you wear is a marvelous, ridiculous, maniacal, lascivious, ostentatious, dreamtime skin.
Every man and woman,
every guy and girl, and fairy and tomboy, and elder running wild, is a blinky, blinky star shining out from this dusty stage, shining out from this dusty stage.
A romper room of mystics out here.
Aliens and angels and beasts.
Ooh, devils and gods.
Halloween for the horny and high.
And fabulously hot.
Porn clowns and bunny boys.
Pirates, vampires, cupcakes.
From the heights of freakiness you have reached into the breach.
You as you never have been.
'Cause you never really know who you really are. Ah, baby.
Do you manifest your avatar?
Yeah, you know it.
Do you manifest your avatar?
Bitch, please.
Every man and woman,
every guy and girl, and cherry and tomboy, or elder running wild, is a blinky, blinky star shining out from this dusty stage, shining out from this dusty stage. Inside is out, outside is in. The costume that you wear is a marvelous, ridiculous, maniacal, lascivious, ostentatious, dreamtime skin. Every man and woman, every guy and girl, fairy and tomboy, and elder running wild, is a blinky, blinky star shining out from this dusty stage, shining out from this dusty stage. Inside is out, outside is in. The costume that you wear is your marvelous, ridiculous, maniacal, lascivious, ostentatious, dreamtime skin.
You'll know when we're going to be starting up again. Enjoy it. There's sausages, nuts, and other kinds of nuts. Really too wild. Okay, folks, we're going to be starting now, so you know, like you want to find your spot. There's a lot of billing going on. It's sad because, listen, the first song is really beautiful. I mean, even me, it's like, oh, it's like crystal resin in a chamber of night. Very haunting. So yeah, we're starting in just a sec. All right, so if you think about it, third thing, I don't really know how to fit the third in the safe place to fail, but maybe you fail. Or, I don't know, you figure it out, but I think about it in a little simpler terms. When you fuck up gracefully. Fuck up, I mean, you're fucking up, but it's graceful. And this crystalline moment is a kind of expression of this deep spirit. So please shut up because it's beautiful.
Check.
This may be the moment you've been
Waiting for. This mess is really lame,
but awesome
just the same. From here on, you've had a vision. There's a fine line between fucking up and a mission.
Words for the wise, words for the wise. You know, and here we are out in the hey, how you newbies doing out there? You know, how you guys doing? All right? You're probably a little confused at this point. You're thinking, you know, maybe you want to get back to camp. You know, like repack your backpack, find that lip gloss. You know, dust out the sand. Resist that impulse. In fact, I want you to hop on the nearest Archon. The more aimless and chaotic, the better. Here comes one now. Hey, you said it.
We're gonna go far tonight. We're gonna guzzle it down tonight. There's nowhere to go and no better place to do it. It's like chasing a star through the sky or distracting yourself with distraction. If you keep your eyes open and blazing, you'll see the footwork of synchronicity. This is the city you've heard about, the neon nitty gritty, and the freaks are out. A great big blinky town, a carnival of clowns. For your amusement and amazement, stimulation and engagement, remember you're the entertainment too. Here's to the Death March of Fame!
I'm gonna rage hard tonight. I'm gonna party past morning light. I'll be the Mac, cause they'll know where I'm at. That's right.
That's right.
With my sweet furry cowboy hat.
Sweet
And the whiskey in my camel pack. Not to mention, I already dropped LSD. Oh, this is gonna be so damn rad for me. Hi, Brookie.
This might be nothing but smoke and mirrors or society's grinding gears. Loneliness is not an excuse for Vegas.
That's my favorite line.
And everyone's in their own world, running around like a lost boy or girl. There's so many assholes with stupid to burn. I wonder if I will get my turn.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
No, it's not. It is. 3, 4. Let your dongle ding, let your bag Let your belly go, let your neighbors know, let your balls swing. Not sure why we do it, can't stop. Birthday bottoms with a shirt on top. Hold your revolutionary down in the hairy zone. It's the price of freedom. Can't do this back home.
I don't know where we are tonight. Don't even know if it's right. I've seen some strange things, cabbages and games. And I'd like to be 30 feet tall. 30 feet tall. Bouncing around like a gelatin ball. And then go till I hit a mountain wall. Oh, how I just thought that at all.
We could kick some ass in the Thunderdome.
Or smash some ass in a smut shack.
We could shake our ass at Disorient.
Or 1 mile out in a shit shack.
We could genuflect before Megavolt or chase down my DJ. We could meditate on the cosmic design of some LEDs in the clay. We could remember our dead in the temple instead, or get lost along the way. We get bored, never fear. We can always piss and moan in our beer, and remember how very much better it was to be pissing and moaning
last year.
Here's to the city you've heard about, the neon nitty-gritty, and the freaks are out. A great big blingy town, a land of clouds. For your amusement and amazement, stimulation and engagement, remember you're the entertainment too. Here's to the Death March of
Okay, you remember that night, right? You're out there, deep behind. You're wandering, you know, your cows, kind of fuzzy, you don't really know what's going on. What direction is the city? Wait, there's something there in the distance. Something kind of wonderful. What is that? Is it a pirate? It's a pirate galley. No. It's a mermaid grotto. Check it out, the greens. It's like a mermaid grotto. No. It's an emerald city. So you go and you're, oh man, here we go, like the moss, you know, the proverbial moss. You get up there, and it's a bunch of 2x4s, rebar, and some shitty LEDs. Sort of. You know, you're like, what the fuck? This is it? But then you notice there's some shoes outside, and you're like, fuck, I'll just go in here, and you know what? You discover a whole other world.
our little cabaret at the edge of the flyovers, out here in the middle of fucking nowhere, miles from a decent shower and air conditioning and a freaking Starbucks, surrounded by lunatics and perverts and very bad drivers. The end of the line, the big nada, the void of a reason, the nadir of hope, the ass crack of the universe, the ass crack of the universe.
get out here. And you must be here for a reason. And I suspect a far greater reason than your art car breaking down. Again, it's trial by fire out here. And the fire can be a bitch. A seething sort of hot, molten bitch. Flaming, illuminating, until you break on through. Yes. And we are here. We are all moths drawn to the flaming source. It might frighten you, but sometimes you have to burn and blacken all the way down so you can break on through. And as our first act reminds us, transformation is the key.
I'm Sprite, and hey, it took so long to get all the way out here with this guitar. I wrote a little song about an experience I had at Burning Man. Here, about an experience I had, and gonna. Yeah, good. Just want to move over a little more. Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I biked away from the city and immediately lost all my pals. I went out to see a temple of trash, hit a steak, and took a fall. A death devil came and it swallowed me whole. I cursed and I cried and I sweat and I sobbed when out of the swirling dust I saw a UFO drive up and open its door. They picked me up and they fixed my bike and then they poured me some wine. They gave me a rather erotic massage that supercharged all my spine. I don't know where they were from, San Jose or the Pleiades, but they sure enough showed me the cosmic power of joy and adversity. But they sure enough showed me the cosmic power of joy and adversity.
We'd like to remind you that this is not a show. No spectators, isn't that right? Now, who out there is dying to show us your stuff? That project that you've been slaving away at all year long? Well, come on, break on through. Come. Yes! Magnificent! Show us.
It's really far out here. I rode my bike so far. Okay. Hi. Okay, so my project is I built a suit. The suit actually plays music, and it has all these sensors, which are these induction things. When you put a metallic thing over it, it induces current, and it actually has a. So I've got like this wireless mini transmitter in the back, and then it actually. No, but it
Show us your tits.
This is my 20% project. So, I don't know. I don't
there's dust. Maybe it was the bike. But I don't know. Can I get some help here? Or something? Does anyone know? So really, what's supposed to happen is, you know, the movement of your vocal cords like causes vibration. It produces this.
Can I? Hi. Can I try something?
Okay.
Okay. I don't know, there's some dust in the thing. It's just, I mean, like canned air or something. I mean,
I have faith.
Wow.
let's try it again.
What's that thing about the induction coil again?
So yes, the waves of the vocal cords turned. I had to be this headset. It was actually pretty cool to actually visualize what the induction of the current.
Is that the hologram thing you were telling me about earlier?
I don't know. I've never met you before.
That's what I was applying.
Okay.
I told you it was trial by fire out here.
Maybe you need to try again with Sing Louder and do it. See what happens.
You start it over again and see if it works. So, I'm Janet.
I have a great idea. Possibly. We have, do we have another performer?
Oh, here, let me try.
Faith, I told you.
Do it again.
True.
One more time.
You can hear the dust in the recording.
It's so ticky-tacky, the keyboard's clacking, the 60 hertz hum of the humdrum drone. I'm all alone in a cubicle contraption, a note in the net reeling me in. Is it a sin to seek salvation in the hardest words sung in the air? Cause there's more to me than all of them. So much more to feel, but they don't see me. The screen's a dream distorted, data desire deferred. I realize that I fantasize about finding my voice in a storm, not captured on disc,
Not on disc.
not hot linked or twittered, but screaming raw into the howling wind. It's not a sin to seek salvation with the loudest words hung in
this out. Give me your hand.
A heart so large, 'cause there's more to me than all of them. So much more to feel, but they don't see me. Don't see me. See me. Don't see me. See me.
Sometimes, when you go down in flames, you rise up a phoenix. People do this. Worlds do this. And we all feel a change is coming. And what will it bring? A shift or a shattering? Maybe our next performer will have the answer. Well, maybe not.
I'm just a man, just a fucked up man. That's all I am. There never was much I did right. Now I'm doing all I can. Ask me who I am. I'm just a fucking man. Just your ordinary fucked up man. Some people say we're guilty, but maybe we're just broken from the start. We're all in this together. We're holding tight as shit's falling apart. But never mind. I don't really care. Let's torch it anyway. You know that even drunk will burn and keep the door at bay and warm us through the night and gather everyone into the fire of change. Transformation, instigation, a way out of this place, this fucked up human race, a beacon for the wanderers to gather at the edge and light the midnight sun, and light the midnight sun, and light the midnight sun until the morning comes. I'm just a man, just a fucked up man. That's all I am. Anything I ever planned got shot to hell or out of hand. I'm damned if I try and damned if I don't, man. I'm extraordinarily fucked up, man. I'm extraordinarily fucked up, man.
What a guy! You might be onto something. So, what about his gal? There's always two sides to a story. rejecting the world outside. Now it's come vivid and clear. The world I turned off was the seed of me. The man that I thought was mine is a small boy lost on his own. And the girl that I thought was me is just a mask I wear. Why are you trying to capture my body? Why are you trying to steal my face? I am not here to feed your fantasies. You hunger for something to make you feel real. But I am not a picture to mount on your wall. And I am not an image to mount in your mind. The whole world is your playground, but we're not just toys in your game. What you're trying to capture escapes you the moment you look through the lens. I don't want to be real for you, and I don't want to be fake. What do you want from me?
For guys like me, a glimpse of you is a lifeline in a labyrinth. To take a taste of your light is a slice from the table where truth and beauty break bread. Really sorry. You take this as an offering.
Ladies and gentlemen, the composer of the Burning Opera, Mark Nichols. And joining him is his partner, Julie Lewis, for this song.
Julie was an OG.
Yes. One of the strong women that we speak of. She really influenced us making great women characters. She set the bar high. And we wanted to do this song. It's not directly from the Burning Opera. It's kind of made us, when we thought of Dana, we thought of this song. Maybe you'll see why, but it's partly the coming together of cultures that made what we like, and it's kind of early days Burning Man. Ready?
child of God. He was walking along the road. I asked him, I said, where are you going? This he told me. He said, I'm going on down to Yasgur's farm. Gonna join in a rock and roll band. I'm gonna camp out on the land. I'm gonna try and set my soul free. We are stardust. We are golden, and we got to get ourselves back to the garden. Well, then can I walk beside you? I have come here to lose the smog and feel to be a cog in some wheel turning. Well, maybe it's the time of year, or maybe it's the time of man. I don't know who I am, but I know life is for learning. We are stardust. We are golden, and we got to get ourselves back to the garden. By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong, and everywhere there was a song and celebration. And I dreamed I saw the bombers riding shotgun in the sky, turning into butterflies across our nation.
We are stardust, million-year-old.
We are golden, caught in the devil's and we got to get ourselves to the
Joni Mitchell song.
Well, thank you for coming to the Alchemical Dependence. Good night, my flickering flames. Oh, off you go to your transformative adventures. There are many hours still to burn. You might find your way to Shamonica's tent for a little powerful kindling. Good night. Good night.
What might you be referring to?
Work.
When I was an innocent child, Mama done told me, warned me about the ways of sin. Mama would scold me for being wild and tell me to take my medicine, which I did. They say that Eve ate the apple, 'cause the serpent seduced her. He lied. They say the fruit was forbidden, and by eating the fruit, she would die. We would all die, die. We would die, die, die. We would die, 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 die. But what if Eve was the first one to dare? And what if the snake were the bringer of light? Huh? And what if the fruit just opened her eyes? All three of her eyes. Put that in your peace pipe and light it, light it, light it on up. Put that in your peace pipe and light it, light it, light it on up. What if the world was a vision? Dream from the Why not shake the dust, the dead veils from your eyes, make poisons and demons your friends? The morning cup of joe, the tiny line of blow, the hit or two, you know, intensifies the show. A long time ago, in the Hollywood Hills, they swallowed the crystal light, they spiked the punch, they drove the bus into the center of your mind. The shaman's brew, the witch's stew, Pandora's box in a bowl, straight to your mind. Let me know what you find on the other side of the looking glass. Eat me, drink me, gorge on my psychedelic life force. They say your brain is a filter. They say your nerves are technology. So baby, why not press all the buttons, punch in all the codes, do the math, the science, turn on the lights. Oh, the places you'll go, the people you meet, the creatures you meet, oh, the things you will drink. Take the poison path.
When you take the poison path.
When you take the poison path.
You take the poison path.
When you take the poison path.
You take the poison path.
When you take the poison path. The morning cup of joe, the tiny line of blow, the hit or two, you know, intensifies the show. The morning cup of joe, the tiny line of blow, the hit or two, you know, intensifies the show.
No, I'm the voice in your head. The one that might never go away. It seems like you're kind of having sort of a rough time there, kid. Yeah, kind of a dark night of the soul sort of thing, you know? Yeah, but you're probably wondering, whether you even have a soul. I mean, maybe you're just a bunch of information viruses and genetic algorithms feedbacking meaninglessly in an empty void as you're vexed by specters of the human carnival you once thought you inhabited, even as the nightmares of history sink their talons ever more deeply into your core. Yeah, it's rough stuff, kid. Devil's bargain, we just heard about that, Rough fucking stuff. But what did you think transformation was about? You think transformation is swallowing some happy pills and getting a willy ride from a bouncing babe? No, my friend. Transformation is grueling. It is ugly and muddy. It's some serious shaman shit. But hey, I think you're gonna do great. I think you're gonna come on through the other side. And you know what? When you do, you're doing us all a favor. You're doing us all a favor because we're all in this whole thing together. All is one, one is all. Microcosm, macrocosm. This is your Jesus Christ moment, kid. Just, soak it up. Because the world is a flame. It's a burning house. That's what the Buddha said. A burning house. He wanted to get us out of the house. Well, good fucking luck, because the only way out of this place I see is, well, you remember back when you were a kid, the old refrain, ashes, ashes. Wait a second, that's John Law over there. Wait, what? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck it, the fire leak. Oh, shit. Hey, you are one lucky psychedelic cowboy, kid. We've gone through some sort of wormhole in the Wayback Machine. This is the Burn 1996. It's sort of like the Ghost of Christmas Past, except this Christmas was one fucked up Black Rock Zone trip. I mean, it was not a city back then. It was a chaos. No streets, no road signs, no fucking Russian oligarchs. It was a beautiful, glorious, flaming cacophony that inevitably went off the rails, got out of control. That's right! And you remember the nameless theme that year, right? Synchronistically, was the corporation of hell itself.
Flaming one source of light.
fire. Isn't that what the poet said? Ice or fire? I hold with those who favor fire.
Oh shit! 505!
All right, shut that noise off. Shut that noise. Stay where you are. Everybody stay right where you are. Nobody's leaving. Keep your hands where I can see them. You. Empty your pockets. Looks like the party's over, boys.
Looks like the party's through.
We can see the flames
all the way down in town.
and it looks like some tankers will. I love the smell of propane boys. I love it just like you. But this pile of crap is starting to stink. Looks like this party's through.
Looks like this party's over, boys. Looks like this party's through. We can see the flames all the way down in town. And it looks like some tankers blue. I love the smell of propane, boys. I love it just like you. But this pile of crap is starting to stink. Looks like the party's through.
You came out the desert years ago. Few of us really cared. We liked your money, didn't mind the honeys, and we could see you could shoot on a dime, and that was fine. But it's quiet here on the desert, and we really like it that way. We like it here out on the edge of things, and we knew you liked that too. But you've taken it all too far, boys. You've taken it way too far. The crowds keep coming, wanting something for nothing, and we ain't giving no more. No, we ain't giving no more. No, we ain't giving
All right, you know the story. It's the classic underground tale. You know, a bunch of people do some really weird fucking shit off in the corner somewhere. It starts to get tense, powerful, transformative. More people discover it, and then it starts to grow. And then what are you going to do with the growth? And then you have to deal with the man, and then you have to deal with the people who are coming in with some idea that's kind of bullshit. They didn't really come for the experience you do. And what do? Do you stop? Do you bail? Do you keep going? Do you let it evolve? This is this is the problem with underground culture. And if we get it over and over and over again, different bands, different scenes, different things, and it's a conundrum, it's a crux. And for me, 1996 Burning Man is a crystalline form of the crux, as this next song, my favorite of the show, is about.
She's right, you know. It's not happening again. A passionate yearning drew us to this desert, but we've grown too big for our britches.
Passion must move again or die.
And it's time for it to die.
It grows because it's alive. The world is just beginning again. This is a snag, a hitch. The law can be appeased. It's part of the plan. Befriending the man.
It grows because it's alive. It doesn't want to die.
We're cooking up something everybody needs. Why shouldn't they be drawn to a fire?
There's too many damn people. We can't control it without control. Who wants more control? No! We're not about rules and regulations. We are the kids in the back of the bus. We will not be bound. Fuck the implications. We are free. Gotta stay underground where we can trust one another. But not if our numbers grow. They will kill the thing we love. We rose up from the wreckage. We moved like hungry dogs. But now it's collapsed and we should go home. Whatever they say, whatever we do, they'll catch the drift in your eyes. I just don't buy it. This one last ditch bid, it was great, but now it should end.
You don't see what we're doing here. This is not a club for cool kids. We are doing this for all to see. We are bringing light to culture. Thousands will hear the call. If we burn the man, they will come. If we burn the man, then everyone will see the smoke.
Who cares about a bonfire, man? Nobody cares about a stupid scarecrow. We should burn a pig or a piano or a temple of black leather boots. Who needs another logo? Why circle around the man when we should disperse across the desert, across the land, not gather our wagons in?
The man is the symbol of the pivot of the people, the center of the wheel. We are just starting to spin.
Don't be chained to the fucking wheel. Culture dies the moment you name it, the moment you tie it down. You are building another cage here, another scam for another age here, Another spectacular con, but the cacophony is gone.
Our way is hard. I am stumbling through the dark, but some light is pulling us up out of this chaos. Conformity corrodes absolutely, but something great is happening out of this chaos. Something will be born.
Slice of the Burning Opera tonight. Just want to thank you all for coming and packing in here, and thanks a lot to Raining Chainsaws. Could not have imagined in my fucking dreams a better place to do exactly what we wanted to do. It was beautiful. We got one more tune for you. It's kind of our, theme song. It was sort of like, bottom of the knot pop. So it's, we call it Burn It Up. Don't ask me why. Just a pyro guy. Just wanna torch it. Great. There's a small.
thunder. Let's get high so we have fun. The Coney Island of the mind. Want to build and not to bury all the dreams that we still carry. Just wanna fuck and drink some beer and party beyond hope and fear. Burn it up and burn it down. Bless yourself with ashes, let it burn. Ashes, ashes falling down. Bless yourself with dust, so let it burn. Who are these people? What do they see? Who are they kidding? Is there relief? Food and drugs and shelter. We've got gear for nasty weather. We've got ticket lights and toys. We've got decadence and joy. We've got devils in our closet. We've got no one here to stop us. We've got plenty of confusion. We've got paranoid delusion. Never mind, we don't really care. Let's torch it anyway. You know that even drunk will burn and keep the dark at bay and warm us through the night and gather everyone into the fire of change. Burn it up and burn it down. Bless yourself with ashes, let it burn. Ashes, ashes coming down. Dust is only dust, so let it burn. Burn it up and burn it down. Bless yourself with ashes, let it burn. Ashes, ashes coming down. Dust is only dust, so let it burn. Thank you all so much.
Really wonderful, really special.
Hey, how about this band? Andrew Polkabek on the bass. Charles, I don't know your last name. Your last name. Oh, whatever it is. Charles on the keyboards and the saxophone and the guitar. John Hollis on the drums. Our composer, Mark Nichols. Eric Davis, our lyricist, our storyteller, our bunny. Corey, where are you? Our stage manager, he just kept it all together, right? And look, every one of these people came from, well, a lot of them came from far away and put a lot of time. Sound guy, Tim, thank you, Tim. Look, consider yourselves lucky. You just got to see a group of amazing performers who give it their all every time they hit a stage. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you to, what's the name of this place?
Raining Chainsaws.
Yeah,